Welcome to the Smart Dad Podcast, where we help you lead well at home, in business, and in life. I'm your host, Derek Moore. Smart dads are intentional, engaged, and ever learning. Whether you're a seasoned dad who's been through it all, a new dad still figuring it out, a supported dad with a great woman at your side, or a solo dad carrying the load alone, this podcast is for you. No matter your background, your challenges, or your goals, fatherhood is a journey of growth, and we're here to do it together. Each week, I'll share insights that I've garnered throughout my life of raising kids, building businesses, and leading others. I'll definitely share some failures, some successes, and I'll even be able to show you tools and strategies that you can use to become a smart dad in your own life. Welcome to the Smart Dad Podcast. This week, we're going to talk about fitness. 8-dimensional living starts with faith, then goes to family, then we got to talk about money, that's finances. Now we're talking about fitness. Most mornings, 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, I do something that's deceptively simple, but it's completely transformed how I live, think, and feel. I walk. Just me, a pair of pretty good walking shoes, and the open road. Plus my headphones, my watch, my phone, whatever I've got with me technologically. Sidewalks, cruise decks, really streets, any surface that happens to be under my feet. That is where I am. I love being outside. I like the sunlight. I like all the allergens, all the junk on the road, the junk in the air. I'm going to deal with that. I don't really walk to hit a fitness goal, but I'm trying to move. I'm trying to get outside. I'm not thinking, man, I really need to sculpt my calves today. Although, in my 50s, I have to say, I do have awesome calves. Walking, for me, is more than movement. It's about momentum. It's where I think, it's where I talk, it's where I lead my business, check on my people. I'll pray, I'll reflect, I'll recharge, and I'll even create, and I'll have a flow of new ideas. Usually about 6 days a week, I'm out there, rain or shine, usually before noon, 5 to 7 miles every day. And if I miss it, I kind of feel like I need to go to the mall and walk around or maybe climb some stairs. But my brain, my body, my spirit, they just feel a little bit off. But if I do it, my inner engine is warmed up and I really am aligned for the rest of the day. So people tell me all the time, wow, that's great that you have time for that. You retired 8 years ago. You just do it. 3 hours of walking every day must be nice. I get it. It sounds like a luxury, but here's the trick. It's not downtime. What I'm doing is I'm multitasking. I'm using it for extra time. Whatever I need to be doing. I'll try to walk the dogs, although unless the dog is well trained, it's not a good idea. I'll take business calls. I'll strategize with teammates, team members. I call my mom every morning, nearly every morning. Talk to my wife, my friends. I'll reach out to my kids, check on them. Sometimes I'm listening to podcasts or listening to books. But really, if nothing else makes the list, silence. Just silence, and it's fine. Permission for my brain to relax, for me to breathe. This isn't about like efficiency and squeezing a little bit more into my day, all right? This is about motion creating clarity. It's about stacking my skills in a way that doesn't drain me but frees me. So here's what I found. I've started doing walking meetings after, I think there was a TED Talk about walking meetings. And I thought this is a brilliant idea. There was another podcast or broadcast I heard about competitions for steps. And someone in charge of other people said, every day we're doing walking meetings. It just started becoming a flow, a natural part of my life. Conversations are going deeper. Problems don't feel so heavy when they're carried one step at a time. So, looking back over the past decade, I've had $1 million decisions on those walks. I've had emotional breakthroughs on those walks. I received a call that one of my friends was gone, and I had seen him the day before. I laughed out loud. I've wept where I couldn't breathe. I've read scripture, and I've prayed with purpose, with clarity, and whatever it's called, ADD, ADHD, attention deficit, giftedness, whatever you want to call it, I don't find that when I'm sitting still. I find it when I'm walking. Jesus walked everywhere, a lot. Maybe I can relate to that. So I have used walking not as an athletic means, not as a fitness junkie, but even as a dad. I walk kind of fast, but with kids, I slow down. Because if you're on a walk and you take off and nobody follows you and they can't keep up, you're not leading. What's really happening is you're just on a walk by yourself. But if you are on a walk and other people are with you, then you know what they call that? They call that a leader. So as you physically, emotionally, mentally, and psychologically walk in front of your people, just know leaders have to go on walks. Scriptures don't say run with God. They say walk with God. So this episode is about fitness, but it's not just about physical fitness. It's about something deeper. I want to talk about how you can build your dad bod and your dad mind. Because I want you to be able to carry the load of fatherhood. Not just your daily responsibilities, but the responsibilities that weigh others down. Throw those on your back and carry those for others, for a while, for a season, to help them just get through these tough times. Not just for today, but for decades to come. So today we're going to talk about habits, movement, energy, flexibility, play, rest, rhythm, and even recovery. I believe, from my decades of experience, that if you can get your body and your mind synchronized, in sync, just a little bit better, you'll show up better in every area of your life. So with that, let's get into it. Fitness is not one size fits all. Fitness is not a formula and you just plug into it. Fitness is not just for dads, not just for moms. It's not just for anybody. There is no right way to be fit. I've seen a lot of folks from Samoa who are really, really large, and they can compete with those sumo wrestlers from Japan. They're not up doing CrossFit at 5 a.m., tracking every macro, posting every shirtless mirror video on social media. No, but they're healthy for themselves. I'm not knocking those guys. I'm not knocking gym rats. Look, do what you do. That's great. That's great for you. But let me tell you, I am halfway through raising 15 kids. lots of mistakes. I've built businesses, lost businesses, built new businesses, lost those businesses, and rebuilt again. And living in a body that doesn't ache, doesn't hurt, doesn't just have pain coursing through it is a really, really good feeling through every season of life. And I think you can do that. I can do that. America, we have a fitness crisis. Fitness is personal. It's your style, but it's not optional. You got to figure it out. What does your body need? What can your lifestyle sustain? Not just for 30 days. I've been walking 7+ miles a day for over 11 years now. So here's a question for you, dads. Are you young? Are you quote unquote middle age? Are you old for your age? A couple things to ask yourself. Can you pick up one of your kids without throwing out your back? Can you chase your kids around the yard without, oh man, I'm just so tired. Are you just wheezing? Your cardio sucks. Can you stay sharp? Can you stay present without your devices? Can you stay fully engaged through a long day? Come home to your family and not just crash? That's what fitness is. It's not just about the image, right? Fitness is not, it's not just about that. It's not about how you look. It's about impact. And for me, living in Texas, the simplest, most powerful tool has been walking. There was a season I woke up at 4:30 and I walked at 4:45 every morning, every season. Had a partner walking with me. We would meet up, we would schedule it, and it was consistent every morning, every day, Monday to Saturday, not Sundays. Rain or shine, it happened. You might like biking. I've been on a bike. I've never sat on a bike and said, you know what? This is a really comfortable seat. Swimming, if you've seen me swim, I'm like a guy who survived the Titanic trying to flail for my life. Weightlifting, that was high school. Golfing, that never happened. Pickleball, cool, not for me. Basketball, I did that actually till I was 35. I played 3 to 5 days a week. It worked until it didn't. A few injuries, a few young bucks trying to prove themselves, whatever. I've been derailed ever since. For me, I just figured it out. Stretch a little bit before bed, a little bit in the morning. I do the foam roller. Hiking, up, down, out and about on weekends, fine. 10 push-ups here and there with the kids, a couple of pull-ups. Yeah, guys, I don't care what it is. I care that it is. Because here's the truth. Your body is the first leadership tool you were ever given. And when it breaks, when it falls apart, when you ignore it because it's starting to break down and fall apart, everything else feels a little bit heavier. Your mind might get foggy. Your emotions, you're in so much back pain or elbow pain or shoulder pain or knee pain or hip pain. Your emotions go numb. You get a little less patient. Your purpose is a little less focused. And then you start coping. You start coping instead of leading. So no, this is not about to be the Adonis. This is not about trying to be a model that you can take pictures of, post, and get paid for. This is about capacity. What is your capacity to show up, to carry a little bit extra load, to lead where your family needs you, to endure whatever comes your way? Guys, I can tell you to do that, you got to move. You You got to sweat sometimes. You got to breathe hard every now and then. You might like deep cold plunges, steaming hot, dry, wet saunas. You might like sprints that take you out of breath or stairs that take you out of breath. I don't care what it is. You've got to carve out a space for your body to feel alive. How many of us felt so alive as kids, teenagers? You can get that back. I want you to enjoy it. I want you to not to hate it. Don't dread it. You're not going to keep doing something if you hate it. You might hire somebody, team them. You're not going to keep that going. It doesn't matter if you're quote unquote effective or quote unquote highly efficient. You're not going to stick with it. So, where are you right now? Where are you right now? Some of you, Derek, I'm not doing anything. All right. You're trying to get off of 0. Some of you, well, I walk 3,000 or 5,000 or 10,000 steps a day. Okay. What are you going to do next week? What are you going to average next month? Just get a little bit better. Are you restless? Are you frustrated? Are you burned out? What movement would actually give you energy instead of draining it? That's really where fitness begins. So let me tell you about how I manage my weeks, all right? Think of this like a simple framework, okay? It's sane. It keeps me sane. It's sharp. My brain is ready, and it's steady, okay? I call it 3, 2, 1, 0. Have you ever heard that before? 3, 2, 1, 0. It's not a countdown. It's not some sort of hack that I found online. I realized that 3 days every week I dedicate to work. 2 days every week I dedicate to sleep. 1 day every week I dedicate to fun, family, friends, freedom, and then I have a 0 day where nothing is expected of me. So let me break this down. 3 days is 72 hours. Most people, plus or minus 18, 22 hours, whatever your standard deviation is, they work 72 hours a week. Getting ready, getting dressed, getting in the vehicle, getting in the commute, getting there, doing your job, doing lunch remotely, getting in the vehicle, getting back home, 5 days a week, probably about 72 hours, 12, 14 and a half hours a day. If you work Saturdays, Sundays, it's even bigger than that. 2 days a week, which is 48 hours, are sleeping. Not, man, I'm so stressed, I can't sleep. Not, I can't get around to it. But sleeping. Log 48 hours a week of sleep, and your body will change. Then 1 day a week, 24 hours, scattered throughout the week, just like the others, are for fun. I don't know how you do your fun, how you do family time, how you hang out with friends, how you have a great time. This is life-giving. This is meals. This is darts. This is throwing beanbags in the yard, games, movies, text threads where you're having a good time, walking, trampoline, whatever you want. Give yourself 1 day a week and invest in those things that matter long term. And then finally, 0. I think it's one of the most overlooked parts of the schedule. I unplug completely. 0. No cell phone. No home phone. No fax, as we used to say. No TV. No internet. No radio. No podcasts. Just unplugging. Soccer in the yard. Checkers and chess inside the house. Reading books. Taking naps. There's a reason that the Bible was so clear about the day of rest. Folks, we need it. This is not some made up theory. Anybody can do anything for 6 days in a row. You can go on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours of sleep a night. When you know you got 1 day to reset, it's amazing. Don't have to produce. There's no problems to solve, no schedules to move around, no screens. And I don't care if it's you just rest or it's spiritual. You might like to color, draw. It's artistic. For me, I've done Sudoku, brain crusher, and it was very relaxing. Maybe you need a nap. Maybe you need some sunshine. Maybe you need a hammock. You do you. But I can tell you, let nothing else invade your day. You know what I've realized? Most men don't need more discipline, more rigor, more rules and more boundaries in their lives. They need more rhythm. Because you can push yourself through a hard season, but when you know 6, 5, 4 days from now, 3 days, 2 days, 1 day from now, it's all going to stop. Your grind stops. You can show up. Take a nap with your baby in your arms. Look at your business and say, you know what? Not today. Your calling to write or to paint, not today. Whatever it is, do it for 1 day. It's not forever. You're not retired. But you can show up big for your family. You can show up big for your community. You can do it if you take that day. Remember, eventually, something else is going to give. If you don't give your body a rest, your health is going to give. Or your mind is going to give. Or your relationships are going to give. That's why I don't just put rest in my back pocket and just hope I can get to it. I plan for it. I schedule it. I keep it real. Interestingly, I think I can verify this, but rest is like a multiplier. If you ever invested in something and you get a multiplier, you've been bought out from something, you get a multiplier. Play a video game, you get a coin that's a multiplier. That's what rest is. So dads, let me ask you something. Do you know your rhythm? Do you have a reset built into your week every week? And are you protecting your capacity? Or are you just spending it, hoping you don't run out of empty before somebody needs something from you? Listen, I'm not trying to guilt you. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. But you got to answer these questions. What's your rhythm? Is there a reset built into your week? What's your capacity? Give yourself permission. You need to have permission to build a life that works for the long run. 3, 2, 1, 0. Give it a try. Let me know. Comments, emails, post it. How does it work for you? 1 day a week, you do nothing. Everything else, 3, 2, 1, 0. So, what's next? We work out. Great. What are you going to do with it? So, fitness is not just those things. It's not just what you do to take care of your body. I've got 30 years of this, guys. What I've done is I've trained with my kids. Have you ever trained for a marathon with your kids? Yeah, I haven't either. Have you ever trained for a triathlon with your kids? Yeah, I haven't done that either. I don't cross-train with my kids. I don't do anything with them. But I'll tell you what I do. I play games. We play a game called Peg a Kid. We got a game room set up. I've got a little ball, maybe the size of a Nerf ball, squishy ball like a dodgeball, smaller like a softball. And they're running around, and I'm trying to peg them. And I'm doing torques. I'm doing spins. It's a good kind of a baseball exercise, ab workout, low obliques. I'm not just lobbing little soft balls at them. I'm humming, trying to peg the kids before it hits the ground, before it hits the back wall. The side wall is okay, kind of like racquetball, kind of like other sports. We make our own rules up, but you know what? It was play. Kids learn. Don't run your face into someone else's face. Don't swing your hands into someone else's face. Don't hit your elbow into someone else's chest. Those things can be avoided. Pay attention. They learned how to work in a group of 3, 5, 7. Then they could avoid getting pegged. Peg a kid. That was one of my favorites. Another one is the bucking bronco. Got the newest little kid under me on his or her back. All the kids on my back, on my legs, on my arms, trying to take me down, pull me over. It's resistance training. It's ab workout. It's core workout. It's twisting. It's turning. It's letting them fall off and grabbing them and tickling them before they hit the ground. Guys, this is super dad status. And when you're done, what do? You roll over on your back, turn the lights off, and teach them to breathe. Breathe deeply. Lie on the floor. Settle your heart rates. Now, I was in my 20s and 30s when I started this. I didn't know I was teaching them, here's how you regulate your emotions. Here's how you regulate your intensity. Find the calm after the storm. And then I also, of course, was giving myself a chance to recover. Is the weather nice where you are? Take it outside. Balloon fights, sprinklers, slip and sides, whatever. Workouts aren't traditional workouts. If you're running, crawling, back, crab crawls, chasing kids, whatever, laughing, engaging all your muscles. You're also, by the way, bonding, teaching your kids that families that play together stay together. You're being consistent, and you're teaching them you can go to the next level. You don't have to be at the adult level, the teenage level. You can be at the kid level, the baby level, the toddler level. They learn to relax and just bloom where they're planted. And you know what? You can trust me on this. Your kids do not care about your body fat percentage, calories, weight in pounds or metric meters, whatever. They care about whether you can get on the floor, climb around, tickle them, kiss them, roll around with them and hug them, and let them climb all over you. Dads, it's not that complicated. So, when do we focus on fitness? Well, I can tell you that it's not like you should start one day and then stop. Or you should stop and not, do it until something hurts. Fitness needs to be a part of your life today. If you're in your 20s, I know you feel invincible. I know you think you're never going to die. It happens. I've had a friend who was running a marathon, he was a triathlete or whatever, and he lost his life. He was in the Clydesdale division, yes, trying to be healthy. I've had friends in their 40s, friends in their 50s. I told you before, 60s, 70s. You need to focus on flexibility, on longevity. 3 times in my life, I focused on flexibility, and it's worked every time. 17, before my senior year, I was captain of the football team. I worked out 6 days a week. I could barely touch my ankles. By the end of the summer, before football started, because I stretched before and after every workout, I could literally sit on the ground, stretch my legs straight out, and put my nose to the ground between my knees. Sounds crazy, but it's true. So I felt like a ninja that year. My flexibility was amazing. 15 years ago or so, in my 30s, had a trainer, 5 a.m. in the morning, didn't miss a workout 6 days a week. I got to tell you, had kids at home, had a high growth business. I didn't miss it. Sure enough, strength and flexibility were amazing. But guess what? I did that for 6 months. I stopped doing that, and like brushing your teeth, flexibility is a habit that has a long-term consequence. It got tight again. My back started hurting again. That led to my 2014, 2015 major back pain. And about that time, I decided to find a solution with no excuses. I found Daniela. She worked on my lower back. She worked on my hips. She worked on everything. And I went from the 13th percentile of men my age. That means only 12% of the men were weaker and softer and worse off than I was. And I'm talking in my 40s. And I worked three times a week for 13 weeks, 3 days a week. And I worked myself up to the 85th percentile of muscle, tone, strength, and flexibility. So as you are working through your life, I want you to know flexibility is uber important. It's one of the most important things. If you do that, you'll find, like I did, your neck hurts less. Your back pain goes away. Your hips loosen up. It affects so many things. Guys, look it up. X, Google, Facebook, Instagram. I don't care. YouTube. But look it up. Get some flexibility. If you can't see your toes, start there. If you can't touch your knees, start there. Whatever it is, rotator cuffs, backs, hips, hands behind your neck, whatever it is, flexibility is freedom. That reminds me of a story I've heard for many years. I don't remember where I heard it, but it goes like this. If you have a baby calf born, a baby bull, and you lift that bull above your head every day, at least once a day, you'll always be able to do that. Now, that's probably not true because there will be a point where the weight of the bull is more than the weight of your ability to vertical press, military press, bench press, whatever. But if the bull knows you, and the bull knows you love the bull and trust the bull, and the bull trusts you, you can lift anything. That's what I want you to focus on. What can you lift? What can you do in your life to get more flexible? And with that flexibility, your muscles, your strength grows. So let's talk about real quick, how do I track this? How do I sustain this? I do it passively. My apps on my phone, my apps on my watch, my apps on my bed, essentially they track everything passively. I'm not getting paid by any sponsors. Nobody's telling me to promote their watch. So I want you to find your device. It's simple. It's passive. It's consistent. And it's not data to convict you or to stress you. It's data to confirm when you're on the right track. It gives you patterns. It gives you insights. It shows pictures and graphs and circles and bar graphs. Whatever you like. I like the numbers. I try to do 1,080 calories a day, 90 minutes a day of workout, standing 16 hours a day. And when I do it, I get rewarded. 3 little circles light up with lightning. I feel good. It's quiet accountability. You don't have to pay attention. You don't have to push too hard. You don't have to burn out. You got a lot on your plate, guys. But if you slip it into a lazy rhythm, it'll call you out. If you're like, I'm fine. 7 beers, 7 wines, 7 margaritas. I'm sure I'm going to be fine. I don't need to work out today. Well, the next day, the numbers are there waiting for you. So, any smart dads out there, let me tell you a couple things. You don't need willpower. You need clarity. You don't need obsession. You need observation. You don't need a new way to do it. You need tech you probably already have to track you and guide you. So in business, we say things like this. Only inspect what you expect. Well, that's the same thing we're talking about here. So you get your mind in shape. You get your body in shape. How about your emotions? Have you ever noticed, you remember Vince Lombardi, Super Bowl I, Super Bowl II, Green Bay Packers coach? He said fatigue makes cowards of us all. Most guys don't realize that they're tired, and that's why they suck as a dad. That's why they suck as a husband. They're wiped out. Don't suck, okay? Suck it up. Get some fitness, emotional fitness, mental fitness. I don't care if you're a boomer, millennial, Gen X, Gen Z, or whatever you label you want to pick. You got to get yourself mentally tough. You got to eat right, sleep right, walk right, talk right, and it's still not going to be perfect. I want you to know it's okay. I'm here for you. Sometimes the emotions are not enough. Sometimes a word of encouragement is not enough. Sometimes you need math. Sometimes you need something irrational like a reward. Whatever you need, here's what you need to do. Do that. As you know, I'm sure you've heard, I've got 15 kids, right? 10 are daughters, 5 are sons. My wife is emotionally intelligent. She's intuitive. She doesn't let things slide under the rug. She doesn't suppress, manipulate, try to work me into a frenzy, or gaslight me. She knows her emotions. And I've got 7 daughters, 21 and under, 6 daughters, 14 and under. Sometimes emotions are part of it. My sons, they've got emotions too. They just don't know it. So, what I want you to do, I want you to connect with your people. Figure it out. Take some time every week. Every day, maybe, if you can. Sometimes it doesn't work. Find a time at least once a week. If you have time daily, do it at least once a day. Wake a kid up. Give him a kiss. Tell him you love him. And then put him back to sleep. Honestly, I know there's a lot of women who listen to this podcast. I'm not average. I know I'm like a car wreck you saw on the side of the freeway. Most men don't have 15 kids. Most men don't have 10 daughters. Most men haven't had 28 to 30 years of parenting across every life stage. So I get it. But I'm not your husband. I'm not your boyfriend. Guys, be the man who's smart. Learn from my mistakes. Get engaged. Stay with it. Set a timer. Lock in and then clock out. It takes work. It takes practice. It takes fitness. Mental fitness. And emotional fitness. So, if you're a dad who's trying to figure this out, and you're like, man, I'm tired all the time. If you're a mom trying to figure out, how do I get my husband, my kid's dad, to do more? Listen, I want you to hear me here. Don't. Just don't. Do you, be the best you, and that is all the example you need. All right, so let's land this thing here. We've talked about fitness. We've talked about walking. I want you to do whatever works for you. One day a week, I try to unplug. You do what works for you. Once a month, an hour a day, whatever works. Here's your challenge. Focus on your own fitness. I hit 10,000 steps almost every day. So what? You don't have to do that. If you're doing 1,000, get to 2. If you're doing 2, get to 4. If you're doing 4,000 steps a day, get to 8. All right? Then get to 10. You do need to take care of your body. Do it in a way that includes your family, unless you can't do that. Make it a part of your season of success. I want to hear your story and your responsibilities. Build a dad bod you need to have. And this is not a punchline, guys. Get your body in shape as a dad who wants to outlive his kids. That sounds terrible. But don't let it happen where you go before they do because you didn't take care of your body. Your body's yours, and it's worth investing. into every day. So in close, what does a smart dad fitness regimen look like? It's a rhythm that works for you. Don't worry about your Instagram feed, your Facebook posts. It's moving every day, even if it's 10 minutes a day. Walking, climbing stairs, dancing silly dances in the kitchen. It's tracking it passively and kind of obsessively so you have real data. It's stretching where you need to. Attack the pain with stretching. It's playing hard with your kids. I mean, I've seen you guys. You know how to play. Play hard. It's unplugging every week, so they can see that you know how to stop, focus, refine, take care of everything that's been given you. You're strong enough. You can do this. You're smart enough because you're learning from my mistakes. And as Stuart Smalley says, doggone it, people like you. Your children like you. And if they don't, do this. Your wife, your ex-wife, your girlfriend, your ex-girlfriend, she liked you or she likes you. Do this. I think it'll help you. I have found a lot of victory in it. Unplug every week. Play hard every week. Be strong enough to carry the good news. The good news is this is your body. Take care of it. If and when you're gone, you lived your hardest life. You left everything on the field because that's what smart dads do. One day at a time, one stretch at a time, one walk at a time. So be strong, be balanced, and be smart. And I'll see you next time.
Thank you for joining us on the Smart Dad Podcast. Be sure to hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. For resources, links, and more, check out the show notes. Also, if you like what you heard today, please leave us a 5-star review so other dads can find the podcast and be the dad they are meant to be. Now go out and be a smart dad today.